All right, guys. It looks like we got another update on the actions of Nathan Wade, and I want to start off by just saying, when you really break down this Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade situation, the whole Trump the Trump Georgia case and the hearing, and how they're probably going to get kicked off of this case. At the end of the day, yeah, that's the least of their worries, to be honest. But they're probably gonna get kicked off of this case. But it just this situation is just, there's just so many teachable moments that you can just pick from and learn from, and examples of just how not to move. And that's probably one of the best benefits of this technology and the internet right now, is because we can literally learn how not to move by watching other people make mistakes. And that's the truth of the matter. And I hate to sound cold about it, but it's just the truth.
Just into our newsroom, a new twist in the ongoing court battle over whether Fulton County.
Try Airwick Vibrant for up to 60 days of.
I thought you said that you were serious about growing on Instagram. Then how come you haven't gotten into my free Instagram growth course that you could get by...
Just into our newsroom, a new twist in the ongoing court battle over whether Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade will be disqualified from their case against former President Donald Trump and several others accused of interfering with Georgia's 2020 election.
So I just want to state and be clear about my position on that. I have yet to see any evidence myself that Trump has... I've yet to see any evidence that anybody can prove that Trump has violated the law by challenging the election. This Georgia interference thing, I personally think it's a witch hunt. That being said, do what y'all got to do. But don't sit there and go after this man when y'all doing all this dirt on the inside. It's like an episode of Suits. When you look at this trial, this situation, it's literally like an episode of Suits. Go watch it. Go watch it. I think that this is important, because at the end of the day, if they get thrown off of this hearing, right, there's a very good chance that they will be. And if they are, guess what? They're going to have to appoint somebody else to do it. Somebody else is going to have to take over. It's going to take them time to learn the case. They're going to have to get familiar with everything, probably have to, do a lot of stuff over. It's going to make the process longer. But guess what's coming up? An election. And if you think that Joe Biden is going to be president again, I'm sorry, but it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'll eat my hat if Joe Biden becomes president. Oh my God.
Today, Nathan Wade, he actually submitted a new court filing asking the judge to counsel what could be a pivotal private court proceeding. Investigative reporter Zach Merchant has been following this case from the very beginning. So, Zach, what does all of this mean?
Well, guys, it's important to not get lost in the legal jargon. At its core, this filing...
Guys, when it goes back to that guy with the gold suit, I was just checking to make sure that his tie and his pocket square wasn't matching. Don't do that. That's a no-no.
Gets to an essential part of the defense team's argument, as that team seeks answers from a witness they consider key to their efforts to remove...
Just to be clear, when I say that, I mean like literally like an exact match. You know what I mean? And I know you got to be technical and clear with everything. I mean like an exact match, like it's the same pattern and same material. That's all I was looking to see.
Both DA Fannie Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade from the case. That witness, Terrence Bradley, Wade's former law partner and one-time divorce lawyer. At last week's hearing, defense attorneys spent hours trying to get Bradley to answer when Willis and Wade began their romantic relationship. The defense...
Why is it important when Nathan Wade and Fannie Willis began their relationship? Why is that important? Well, as you know, so a lot of you obviously don't know, Nathan Wade is in an open divorce case. An open divorce case. When they started a relationship, 100% matters. This is what a lot of people are ignoring the fact. When these two people started seeing each other, 100% matters, because they're saying that he filed for divorce the day after he got appointed to the new position, a position that he's not qualified for, and that even Fanny herself admitted that he was like her third choice. He wasn't her first choice. So you gotta admit, and for him to be making as much money as he was making, getting the money that he was getting, doing the things that he was doing, you gotta admit it's a bad look. It's a bad look. And it matters. It 100% matters. Because if they were messing around before he filed for divorce, then guess what? That changes the nature of, that changes things. I haven't given her the title of homewrecker yet, because we don't know when they started the relationship. Hell, they could have been just hooking up. I know lawyers be doing that freaky deaky stuff. They people. They people that work hard and work long hours, and they get horny just like everybody else. Do I think it's right? No, absolutely not. That's why I hold her accountable for for sleeping with a married man. But I haven't given her the title of homewrecker yet. Is she the reason why he filed for divorce? Probably not. Is she the straw that broke the camel's back? Maybe. Time will tell. But not if Nathan has anything to say about it.
Attorneys are alleging it started before Willis named Wade as a special prosecutor in the case, and that role for him allowed both of them to financially benefit from the case. But Bradley testified he couldn't say anything because, in his view, any information he may have was protected by attorney-client privilege. Fulton County Judge.
So, for those of you that don't know, this guy right here, he was a partner of Wade's, and he also represented him in his divorce case. He basically got in some trouble and got kicked out of the firm. Got kicked out of the firm. So he went to Trump's lawyers and started yapping. Now he gets on the stand and he's trying to keep from talking because under the guise of attorney-client privilege, which basically protects lawyers from having to testify for or against their own client. So basically, if you say, for instance, you're on trial for unaliving someone, and that trial, you unalive someone, right? Or you know who unalives someone. You hire your attorney. You pay the retainer. Your attorney is your attorney. You can tell that attorney that you know who unalived the person if it wasn't you. That attorney then cannot testify and say that cannot testify and say that you unalived the person or that you know who unalived the person based off of what you told them, because it's protected under attorney-client privilege. You can waive that privilege, but other than that, it's pretty much, I'm not going to say absolute, but it's a pretty strong ruling. And it's, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure OJ's attorneys really know what really happened. You know what I mean? So it's complicated, but it's really not. At the end of the day, the text messages will reveal a lot, because these guys were friends. And Nathan Wade doesn't want these text messages to get out because he's saying that they're protected under attorney-client privilege. that would only lead one to believe that there's something in those text messages that might derail things for Mr. Wade and Miss Fanny. I'm just saying.
Scott McAfee looked ready to accept that argument until just before the end of Friday's hearing, when Bradley gave an answer that seemed to reopen the issue.
Now I'm left wondering if Mr. Bradley has been properly interpreting privilege this entire time.
The judge asked Bradley and his attorney to join him for a private, off-the-record proceeding to determine whether Bradley really was covered by attorney-client privilege last Friday, but apparently that did not happen. And now, in today's court filing, Wade is asking Judge McAfee to cancel it altogether and uphold the attorney-client privilege shield. Here's why this matters. The stakes are substantial. If the judge does have that meeting and decides Bradley was not claiming privilege properly, defense attorneys could get another chance to question him under oath about the origins of Willis and Wade's relationship.
All right.
Register your domain.
Well, there you have it, folks. And this is what we're going to be dealing with today. So, yeah, I mean, to be honest with you guys, this is a circus. Like I said, it's just like an episode of Suits. It's just like an episode of Suits, but there's just no Harvey Specter here. And boy, they could use a Harvey and a Mike right now. Oh my goodness gracious.